Yep. All right, there we
Hey,
go.
we're live.
Hey, there we are.
Now we don't have any camera issues.
Yeah, not yet.
So
not yet.
far, yeah,
not yet. So far, they wait. They take a bit to kick in.
I remember my first stream. I had a minor technical issue. I was like, "No, wait, we're not ready." Great memories.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. It's Tuesday. It's 9-ish. No, it's 9 o'clock. And that means it's time for Indie Vote Livewire. Got a packed house tonight. You know, if you're looking on, or if you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, a lot of people here. If you're listening to us on Indie Vote Radio, you're going to hear a lot of voices. We'll let them introduce themselves after our intro. And we got a lot of topics tonight. If you look on YouTube, you'll see it's we're talking about dumb ideas and comics. All right. We're gonna get in a lot of trouble tonight. There's a lot of fans. There's a lot of friends.
Dumb ideas, comics. I mean, is that possible?
I'll run the intro and we can get started. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Enthusiasm, guys. That's right. I'm just kidding.
Raw.
Here we go.
The following program contains violence, disturbing imagery, nudity, and, oh my God, why are you even watching this? Just run away. This shit is going to give you nightmares. For real. The program is rated TV MA NSFW OMFG GAF TTV BYGAS. Why are you still here? Seriously, don't watch this. We can't warn you strongly enough. Do you need a doctor of some kind? What is the matter with you?
The difference is near. It's a revolt the masses will hear. If they vote, let the people cheer. It's beautiful. The dust, the blood starts here.
Hello, I'm Varian Grant. I am the founder of Indie Vote Media. Lovely founder, that's me. And I've been making comics since 2008. I'm a comic book artist, distributor, publisher, creator, father, geek, gamer, husband, reluctant taxpayer, not necessarily in that order.
Dr. Lord Reverend.
That's right, Dr. Lord Reverend Varian Grant Esquire. And all those would be legitimate titles except for Doctor and Esquire. But the Lord and the Reverend, they had to get me. I got paperwork on those.
You're not a doctor of panelology?
No. I could be though. I could be. I think I'll call myself the Doctor of Popology. Yeah, I'm a pop culture doctor.
Popology?
Yeah. I am joined as always by the lovely Indie Princess. Hello, ma'am. How are you doing this Tuesday?
I am in pain. Other than that, I'm doing okay. And yeah, I am Lola, your Indie Princess. I am the EIC over at indievolt.com. So I handle all that, and I control Indie Vote Radio, and co-publisher, publisher, all kinds of stuff.
All kinds of stuff.
All kinds of stuff. I'm busy all the time.
All the time. Busy. Oh, hey, everybody. I guess I'll just introduce myself. I'm Randy Zimmerman, a longtime alternative and independent comic creator, publisher, producer, everything. I've been in the direct market in comics for a long time. It's my first love. It's really my passion. Right now, I am the EIC of Arrow Comics 4.0. Working on bringing that company back to the retailers, offering them 4 different products a month, available exclusively through Liberty Entertainment Distributors. So other than that, I'm very happy to be part of the Indie Vote radio network.
Awesome. Thanks, Randy. Hey, I'm Eric Hodson. I'm the Dreaded Dinosaur Man. You can find me at Dreaded Dinosaur on all the social medias. Great to be back. Love being on with my buddies here on Indie Volt Network. We got a great lineup for you tonight, and my gosh, I just wrapped up filming on a commercial with DoorDash today. We did our first take for that.
Awesome.
And they're starting a new pilot program where they highlight somebody who is a dasher and show off what their passion is outside of it. So I'm getting a dinosaur man put on the side of a building downtown here in Detroit as part of that promotion, and we did a nice interview here today. So the office is a little cleaner than usual.
Sweet.
And happy to be here. And I'm going to hand the ball off to this way.
There you go.
Mr. New Take.
Hi, everyone. I'm Damian Dupont from New Take Media. I am a writer in comics and in film. I'm a filmmaker, and I'm trying to build up my company so that I can help other creators thrive.
Cool. Ed, introduce yourself.
So I'm Ed Davis. I am the writer and creator of Finish Line Comics and the series Immortal Era. So it's my first comic series. So I'm new to the game. I started in 2019, but like New Take Media, I'm hoping to bring other indie creators into the mix and make a place where people can express their vision.
Very cool. Very cool.
Sweet.
Connery.
Hi, everyone. I'm Connery Cateni, the 19-year-old CEO of Dragon Multimedia LLC, and I am the creator of Shift, and I also run Wild Animation Network with my buddy Gio, and I'm a storyteller at heart, and I love telling stories, and I'm super happy to be here.
Cool.
I guess it's my turn now.
Yes.
Yep. All right. I'm Ryan Cardinal, the creative native, creator of Bam Caius, my company, Action Capsule Studios, also a 20-plus year veteran of the tattoo trade, so carving up skin for a long, long time. But now I am here making comic books for everybody to get their paws on, and my campaign is live now.
And when we watch your trailer, you are going to put us all to shame. My gosh, it's crazy. It's amazing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Mike Murphy.
You got it. Hey, I'm Mike Murphy. I'm one half of Chibi Comics. I'm also the lead writer at Chibi Comics, creator of Samurai and Dinosaurs, The Gods Fear Me, Deep Well, and coming very soon, The Red Key. You can find me on Twitter and what is it? Well, let's start with Twitter. You can find me on Twitter at Chibi_Mike. You can find me on YouTube at the Chibi Mike, all one word. And you can also find me on TikTok at Chibi_Mike.
Very cool. Now, guys, if you've ever seen Indie Vault, you know that, and for people listening in, we get emailed questions throughout the week. I'm working through a deluge of questions because there was a point where we weren't on the air. We took we did LiveWire, but we didn't do a couple other shows because we were out handling business in New York. So I'm working my way through the questions, but some of the I'm getting caught up now. Getting caught up, especially this week's questions. Some of them were kind of some of them were very touchy. They some people were upset with me again.
They're a little extra colorful tonight.
What have you done?
Yeah, you know, I always do something. You gotta blame me for something. You gotta blame Indie Vote for something. You know, we can't just be.
We know what you say about that.
Don't mess with the bull, young man. You'll get the horns.
Yeah, it's so they people get mad with us because they don't know where to place their anger. So they come at us and they messed up because see, my medication that I'm on today, it's not the cool medication. The medication that makes me chill. It's the medication that makes me irritable. So yeah, so some of these questions I'm gonna take to heart. I'm not gonna be happy about it. Before I get into that, Randy.
Not literally. Heart's not on the program.
It's more similar to the werewolf thing when people bring it up.
Yeah, well, see, the werewolf thing I'm okay with. I can the werewolf thing I can deal with. Some of these questions today are just horrible. However, before I get to those questions, Randy, I did want to ask everybody: do you recognize this house? If you're watching on YouTube, do you know what this house is? It's a very important house in pop culture.
It's a house on the corner.
I think I know. I think
$20 is $20.
Well, I'll tell everybody. I'll tell everyone what it is. Who said they didn't know? Who's that? Is that they think they know?
I think I know. It's Siegel and Schuster's house, right?
No, incorrect.
Oh, okay.
That is. Do you guys give up?
I know, but I'm not saying.
I gave up before you asked the question.
That's a shame. It's a shame because anybody else want to take a crack at it?
My answer will be so long. It's probably going to be embarrassing.
Well, go ahead and embarrass yourself. No need to start worrying about that now.
Yeah, exactly. Go, Connery.
I was thinking Home Alone.
No.
Does that
Hellraiser?
No.
No.
Amityville.
We have a guess. We have a guess.
No,
in the chat.
that's not right either. Look, it's that right on the corner of the street.
Yeah. Anyone else?
We have a guess in the chat.
Michael Turner's house.
No.
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 I know.
This house is
Where was the house? Where was the house located? Let's
It's
stretch
New
this out a
Hampshire.
bit.
New
New
Hampshire.
Hampshire.
Yeah, I said it.
Stephen King.
Is this the house that the turtles were created in?
It is. It's Mirage Studios.
Hey,
It is Mirage Studios.
10 points to me.
House on a Christmas Story. Yeah, but no. What it actually, but I want to show you guys. That's the house. There it is. It was sold and repainted. That was the house. Comic book history was created in that house.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the house today.
Oh,
Wow.
Wow.
Boom, boom, boom.
They
Not
is
today.
installed.
That can't be the house today, can
Well,
it? They had snow in New Hampshire.
It's
What the heck happened?
It's an empty field. They tore it down. Some people.
Why would
bought
you tear it down?
Well, because people are stupid. Now, here's the problem.
Yeah,
They tore it down, and then people realized, oh my God, a piece of history is gone. So what did these... I'm on medication tonight, guys. I'm sorry. What did the Brain Trust do? They said, I was outside of the turtle house. I was looking at the empty field, and right there by the curb is a sewer grate. So we're going to make a commemorative sewer grate for the TMNT.
Some people have no life.
I don't have a gift.
You're serious, right?
Yeah. I'm serious. I don't have a gift for it. But okay, so you're going to make a. First of all, it's going to get stolen.
Right.
But you had a whole house there, which you could have turned into what else is going on in Dover, New Hampshire? Nothing. You could have stacked
Ocean
that
life.
house
That's it.
full of TMNT stuff. You could have put in some little bull crap art tables, some art on the tables, and you could have ran a museum.
Yeah.
And people would have made, comic book geeks would have made annual pilgrimages to that facility, to that house,
Absolutely.
and paid absorbent amounts to walk through and be lied to.
I mean, look at Fun Spot, for example.
Holy crap.
It's one of the biggest arcades. It's in New Hampshire, and it's doing gangbusters. They didn't just tear down the whole thing
They don't
because it's not
have
as many
anything-
arcades.
They don't have anything to do. So now, your answer now is a sewer grate. Yeah, I mean, how many log cabins are supposedly the Abraham Lincoln log cabin they tour around the country? There's one over here. There's one over there. They make so many. You could have done that, but no, you failed. And
How many beds are out there that Washington slept in?
Yeah. Your answer to it is let's make a commemorative sewer grate.
And
I hope
After the Arpol comic,
like the easiest answer, like the gift shop, you sell pizza. Boom, that's
Yes.
even more income.
Yep.
I would have turned that house into a museum. I would have charged people, money to walk through.
GMNTP. Yeah.
It would have been great, but no. Now it's reduced to just nothing, and now they
Rubble.
realize
An MPP.
Heck, you could probably contact Viacom as well, and they'll probably be extremely interested because
interested in the field
Viacom,
now.
Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I mean, you can
I
play
was just
football
saying
there
for the
now.
museum.
They're all done. What's that next to it, though?
There was a parking lot.
Oh.
Yeah, the parking lot was right there. There's a parking lot right next to it. See it?
Yeah.
Oh, is that a
all
parking
gone.
lot?
I don't know why. I don't know why they
Okay.
don't just rebuild the building and then make a museum. Like, why tear it down and then do nothing?
I get maybe the house may have been in bad condition, but you know what? If you're not living in it, rezone it. You've got the money. Anyway, This
I
is
know.
why.
It's going to make somebody named Karen very happy when they rebuild on that site someday.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna stay away from that one. But now I'll get into the questions. I just want to point out stupid moments in comic book history. And there it is.
I mean,
tore down that damn house.
Can we have a moment for Norm Macdonald, who passed away today?
We should. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That was shocking to me, by the way.
Yeah.
He battled cancer for the last decade with no. Didn't let anybody know.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So rest in peace to Norm Macdonald.
Yep.
I loved his delivery. He was very deadpan in his delivery. I loved it. It was great.
He was a genius.
Speaking updates were the best. I mean, nobody's topped him.
No. All right, I guess we're gonna jump into some questions here. Randy, you got reading to do.
Why don't you make an underground museum where they go down the commemorative sewer grate? Yeah.
That would have been amazing.
We're already in the sewers. Yeah.
Pennywise is down there.
Yeah.
That's it exactly. You know, want to stay away from Pennywise.
We all mutate down here.
Garrison from Wyoming, thanks so much for writing in. My wife is finally open to me pulling the trigger and getting into the comics game. But I've been running the numbers, and as a business management executive, she has as well. Profit, immediate or long term, seems like it can and will elude most creators. How do you guys make it work? Garrison from Wyoming.
Well, I also do DoorDash.
Well, Garrison, there's this thing called state aid, and you can get.
We used to have them as a sponsor, didn't we?
We did. Garrison, here's the thing. And there's another question that we were sent that kind of actually links into this one. I don't know if it works for everyone. I mean, you have to be most creators. Eric says all the time, but everyone says it. Is most creators are horrible business people.
Yep.
We just, sometimes, we're just happy to be read. We're just happy that our work is out there being appreciated, and we don't really put. We have these ideas of, oh man, I'm going to make so much money, but we will shoot ourselves in the foot continuously. Because we don't either we do it because we're sabotaging ourselves, or I don't know. I don't know. I'm.
This is a business that you truly have to have a passion for the medium to get through the dark times, because you're going to go through them. My advice to them, if they've both got business careers, keep going with that and start doing a hire it done. Give some of us a job, an inker, a writer, a penciler, and come up with hire somebody to create the IP for you that you own. And then if that comes off gangbusters, then you get to do the licensing stuff with the IP and move on from there. But keep your day jobs so that you're not eating beans and rice trying to make this book happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Could I bring up something?
What's up?
So one of the things I also want to bring up is that you made a great point about how comics creators aren't always great business people, but one of the things I also want to bring up is that business people aren't always the greatest at marketing comics. Because if you had no idea, here's a little story. So during my first live streams, I've had issues where I wasn't really getting into things. Like, I didn't fully understand what I was doing, and I was treating it from a very business perspective, which is a bad thing to do, because while yes, it's nice to be a little bit on top of things for management on like a project, it's not the case when you're trying to actually get people to buy the book, because they want to know who you are. And if you're very corporatized and very stilted, they're not going to really find they're not going to find the reason to buy your book. And something I had to learn very quickly, because it was those mistakes that really grew and caused me to open up a lot more. And it was how I was able to start really making it work, because I have management skills, so I keep it to one side. But when I want to promote a project, I want to make sure that people know what they're backing or getting into. And to make it work, here's some great advice. Make sure that you can separate both the business and the advertising, because you might be a great businessman, but not as good at promoting a project. Or you could be great at promoting projects, but not as good at business. Truthfully, the industry can be a great way to have both kinds sell their comics. You just have to learn from trial and error how to make sure that people know about your books and know about you in a way that makes them interested in the project.
Mm-hmm. Garrison, if you go out and look at the market right now has never been a better time for people to actually make a living in this industry. But it is a slow build. You're going to start small, especially if you're doing independent books, in order to get recognized, noticed, seen, and then become a regular habit.
Yeah, so, I've found that what we're doing, which is sticking to Malin's thing of the 5-year plan, is working pretty good for us. I would definitely, especially if you have, relatively stable jobs, I'm assuming they do. As someone else said, keep the day jobs and be prepared to put in at least 5, maybe 6 years worth of work before you start seeing profit. Thankfully, with our first release, we pulled in about 10, and we've been seeing growth because our next 2 projects pulled in 15. As long as you're seeing growth, eventually those profit margins are going to start to rise, but you have to be willing to invest the time.
Yeah, I mean, it took me a long time. It took a failed company and readjusting. The thing is, Garrison, go out there, fail. You're gonna fail at some things, but you know what? I mean, every time I failed, I got back up. You dust yourself off, and you come back the next day at it a little bit smarter, stronger, and you know what not to do. And it's been a very interesting ride. And when you're gonna have those shows or those years where you don't see the profit, but then you'll start seeing it, piece by piece. And listen, this business is ever changing. 2 years ago, it wasn't where it's at now. 3 years ago,
right?
People were, indie comics. Now it's it's booming again, and people are, they're buying. I do believe that indie comics are outside the mainstream. Mary Machine Gun says failure teaches us the best lessons.
Ring that bell, Randy. Failure teaches us the best lessons.
Yeah. Yep. Anybody else want to say anything about this?
I agree with what you guys are saying. Profit's hard to get to. I haven't reached that point yet, but it's a good opportunity for people to get their stuff out. And I've reached a point where I'm pretty much hitting zero, and that's that was the first victory. So you got to plug away, because it's not going to come quick and easy. There's no money truck that's going to back up into your house when you put your first book out. So you can't get discouraged. Absolutely. So many indie comics are one and done. You get a really amazing first issue that you never see a second from. So you gotta battle through the painful years and the painful months, and realize that if it's worth your time and energy, and you have a day job that can keep you going, it's worth the time. It's not an easy road.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Garrison, you're doing the smart thing. You're actually looking at the market first before you're getting into it. So you're getting to know that, hey, this doesn't look altogether feasible. It's not really right off the gate, especially for independent and alternative for that market. It is a slow build. Just look at how long Brian Pulido had to work out of his garage before he's made a living. But you also have to decide for yourself what that magic figure is that you can start living off of the comics. And because a lot of your money that you're going to be making, especially at the start, you're going to be pouring right back into your business.
Right.
And you've got to make sure that your ego is in check. You're malleable enough that you may not have a great idea. You may think you've got the greatest thing in the world. You may have an ugly baby, and you might need to pivot, and it might be the second or the third idea that actually pops off. It may take you 10 ideas before you find that magic thing that resonates with somebody. But don't just keep pushing something that is basically a dead horse. You're just going to become miserable, and it's not a good business model.
Yeah.
Right.
There are quite a few ugly babies out there.
Absolutely.
Also, if I could just inject one more thing really quick. When it comes to specifically crowdfunding, that initial campaign is probably going to be zero profit for the majority of the time that you're in business. Where the profit comes in is what you overprint and then sell of that remaining first print run. Like our profits as a company, our first earned profit was the leftover campaign for Samurai. When we're done with fulfillment on God's Fear Me, the leftover campaign for that is going to be more profit. So don't think of, if you're specifically going into crowdfunding, don't think of these campaigns as a chance to earn profit. Like that comes after all the backers have their books and you have a big stack of, first printings left over.
Definitely. Again, it's one thing that you do have to learn, because I absolutely agree with everybody here, because you have to be in it for the long haul. You can't just say, hi, I'm here, and then leave. Because you have to build trust. And if you don't build that trust, it's going to lead to disaster.
I wish there were individuals who would just come in and leave. There are a few that probably should have,
don't come in at all.
If only it were that easy.
Or that are just here to get that big Netflix deal.
Yeah.
And hey, we also want to take a second to congratulate Matt Wagner for landing that Grendel deal finally, after long overdue, with a great dynamic character that's been around since the 70s.
Yeah.
Just landed a Netflix deal, which has already got a cast, and they're running full bore into the first season. Congratulations, man! That's a big deal. Yeah,
that's called fast tracking in Hollywood.
Oh yeah, it is fast tracking in Hollywood. Draco, thanks a lot for writing in. I disagree with Varian and Randy.
Oh, it's Tuesday.
Comic cons are no longer essential, and that's a good thing. Did we say Comic cons were essential?
We said you still should be going to cons. You
still should be going to cons. Did we? Okay.
Yeah.
No longer do we have to pay outrageous fees for tables, passes, and whatever else the promoter thinks she or he can make a quick buck off of. I ran my first campaign and closed it out 4 days ago. I made more. $1,450.
Oh, hell no!
During that campaign than I have in 2 years doing cons.
Okay. I was just at a con last weekend and did over 5K. So shut up, Draco.
Yeah, he needs to work on his pitch game if he made that.
And my
low
question is,
cons.
Absolutely. My question though is, what kind of cons was he going to?
We all
$1,450.
Just like Garrison wrote in earlier, it's a slow build. It's always a slow build, and congratulations on making $1,450. Now fulfill your campaign and see how much you got left over, buddy.
Yeah.
Right. Good luck. Let us know, Draco. Keep us posted.
Put on newsprint China, and maybe you'll clear a profit on that.
Yeah, just wait for that.
And I know my first cons, I was making nothing because I had one book to sell. You're sitting at a table.
Yeah.
Nothing but dead space, and the more books you fill on that table, the more people are buying, and then you add shirts and stickers and everything else. But one book is hard as hell to make a profit on, because you're gonna, your best bet is you throw your pitch out and 90% of the people ignore you, and you make $5 for the 10% who do. So build your thing. Make sure your takes out. If you're at a con and you got one book or two books on the table, people are going to walk right by you. Have something that catches their eye. It doesn't have to be fancy. I have a little set of Lego minifigures that were made for my characters, and that's just the eye catcher. I can get their ears and hopefully sell them some books, but just sitting a book on the table, you're not going to sell shit. It's going to just sit there.
Yeah. For years, I was the guy who just had just the company's books, and that was it. And then, I started traveling with Eric, and I started, noticing he was making a lot more substantially than I was, and I'm like, what the hell? And I started incorporating some stuff that Eric was doing, and within 2 months, I had made more than I had you know, and I was like, oh, there's something here. And then slowly but surely, every year, it was getting better and better and better, and you know, much more than $1,450, which, you know, that's what you made in 2 years all together. The cons, you may be doing the wrong type of shows, Draco. I would suggest you will find a different show to do. Yeah,
or maybe you're not meant to do shows.
Yeah.
Maybe you should just keep doing them campaigns, and good for you. Part of this whole industry being such a wild west thing is not every system's going to work for everybody.
Right. And when we said that Comic Cons, we were talking about, Randy, people were saying that I'm not doing cons anymore because I can do a crowdfunding campaign. I can make, you know, 30, 40 grand. And if you can do that, then good.
Yes.
Good. But if you can't, and you got to remember, there are people who go to Comic Cons who don't go on crowdfunding because they don't trust it. They want to take something from that table. They want to meet the artist. They want to shake your hand, you know, stand at your table and talk to you.
And this is salesmanship 101. Again, this is a reason why artists need some sort of business schooling. Is that you're selling yourself as much as you're selling your book. You're selling an experience. You're giving a unique thing to the person that you're dealing with. So, you know, my philosophy is everybody who comes to my table, I look at this person as that they've never seen me before. It doesn't matter how tired I am. I'm going to put 100% into my conversation with them, whatever that conversation is, and make sure that even if they don't buy anything, they walk away with a smile on their face. That's the main thing. And I find those people, they didn't buy, they say they come back, but they leave smiling, they come back. You know, because they want to invest in that experience. They don't want just a cold product. They want that connection. So that's the reason why cons are great. Doing appearances in bookstores is great. Whatever you can to press the flesh.
Absolutely.
You know, be there, be public, and people will take ownership of your thing. That's one of the things that, sorry to get on a small soapbox here, that really ticks me off about the Western comic market versus manga. In manga, the fans feel an ownership. They, you know, they cry when a creator dies, like the creator of Berserk just recently passed away. The entire community, even on this side of the ocean, mourns for that because there's a personal connection there. We've only had that with what? Stan Lee, maybe a few other key creators, but the business as a whole does not foster the audience having a sense of ownership.
Also, you didn't have that transparency that we have now. Plus, with the social media that's out there, a lot of these people don't cry when these so-called creators pass. Some of them actually, you know, throw little parties because of the way that they've treated their fans on social media in the past. You know, a lot of the creators over in Japan have had years of building up that relationship, of having that transparency, that their readership are so fanatical or so into the property, they know everything about that creator. And they've been transparent with them for years. Tours of the studio, people in the studio going out and making their own properties, all sorts of, you know, growth. Where here in the States, you don't have that. You have an angry amount of creators that get up on Twitter and want to say nasty things to the fans and not try to build that fandom.
Yeah, and why should I invest money in Spider-Man when they're going to reboot it in 2.5 years? We'll get 6 or 7 dozen more boring ass movies with the same plot. You know, I don't have to worry about Demon Slayer getting rebooted and changed around. You know, that's going to be, you know, that's a capsule of that story, and it's going to remain a whole product for as long as people want to enjoy it.
I think part of that too is cultural. I mean, manga creators are almost exclusively, for as long as they live, dedicated to the craft. You know, like I can't imagine like someone like Junji Ito hopping on Twitter and weighing in on COVID. You know what I mean? Like,
yes,
like he's just there to talk about the work and do the work.
Yeah. You know, I try to do that. If you go to my Facebook, it's pretty boring. My Facebook is like, I put up a joke. I'll say something. I will say something that triggers people, not politically, but about pop culture. Like I'll tell people, hey, your favorite character sucks, and here's why. But that's still in comics. It's not or pop culture. It's not me saying, hey, here's what I think about the current political climate. Because you don't care what I think. It's like the old Dave Chappelle joke when right after 9/11, let's get Ja Rule on the phone. Who gives a fuck what Ja Rule thinks? Who? I don't care what he thinks. That don't get me on the phone when there's a tragedy. You can give me on the phone when Stan Lee passed, sure. I'll tell you what I thought about that, but not when I don't, no, it's not my place to speak on. My wife can hear all my political leanings. And she'll keep it to herself. She's a moron. So.
Well, cultural perception does mean a lot as well, because the people doing comics here in the States are looked at completely different as what they're looked at anywhere else. Because everywhere else, all of the other countries out there, they treat comic creators as actual artists. And here, there's always been such a look down your nose perception of comic creators here in the States that they've never gotten the respect that they deserve.
Well, that's part and parcel of like working for major companies. Like you don't own anything into that, but now that's shifting completely with crowdfunding. We all have stake in our own stuff, and that means we are invested, and ergo the customers and people that want our projects out there are more invested as well. So
Yep.
I feel like I'm in school right now.
Well,
I'm
there's
taking
gonna
a
be a
diversity
quiz later.
class. I'm taking a diversity class right now, and it sounds just like my class.
Oh no.
Should we apologize for that, or what? I'm not sure if we should say good or we're sorry.
I don't know what I did wrong.
Yeah. JJ Witt, thanks a lot for writing in. Got my first payment from my publisher. Yes.
Yeah.
$1.97 US. And I'm in Canada. I feel like a complete ass. It costs them more to mail the damn thing to me. You guys have said it on shows before, and now I see that it's true. This is why you want multiple hustles.
And you know what? I'll tell you, I've said it on the show before, but let me give a little context. I helped a fellow creator out of a bad situation. I was publishing their book, and we're at a show, and there was another publisher there who has a bigger footprint than my little, publishing endeavor
at the moment.
But the thing is, I do this unique thing. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. I do this unique thing. I pay people, and how I do that is when you're at my table, I keep a record. Okay, you sold this book, we sold this book, we sold. So at the end of the show that day, I divvy up the money. Here's what you're owed. Here's what I'm owed. Here you go. And we do that for every day of the con, every day of the show, with a little receipt too. So, I have a receipt, you have a receipt. And I do that. And this SOB sat at my table, looking at this bigger publisher and said, man, I wish I had a book over there. They're doing it real big. And that $9.97 is actually more than they've been paying out, but regardless of all that, it's just, that's what I'm talking about. That's the type of BS, the perception of being, a company being bigger versus a company that is smaller. And $9.97 US, and so it's probably less than that. I mean, well, actually, he got that much because he's in Canada, so he can't even buy McDouble. He can't.
Nope, not anymore.
Yeah, there you go. But that's okay. That's okay, because we're the small guys. We're the guys that we're just, oh, well, you're not in Diamond, and you okay. That's all right.
All it takes is a bunch of small fish to eat the big one. That's all I'm going to say.
And all it takes is a bunch of small side hustles to become a decent living as well.
Yeah.
So you have to keep it out there and keep going. And sorry that the deal that you made with this publisher only netted you $1.97 for your work, but the next one hopefully will make you a little more.
Yeah.
Just keep suing.
I get quarterly checks from a publisher for a book that I do. I hardly ever talk about, and it's enough for a good meal twice a year.
Right. Or self-publish, and you'll make at least 5.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm just saying, like, I'm sending money out, PayPal's and stuff, $80 to one guy. What was it? another guy for the one day or something, $60, but yet I'm the small fry. I don't get it. I don't get it. But then again, I don't understand a lot of things about shit, so it's okay. Enjoy that $1.97, JJ Witt. Maybe publish your next book on your own.
Yep.
Or find a publisher who is actually being fair.
Can't even buy a Marvel comic for that much.
Yeah.
Could almost buy an alternative book though.
And I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something else too, JJ. That's gonna probably raise the hair on the back of your neck. Sometimes these publishers overprint the book. So remember, what they've got in stock, they still have a right to sell.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So even when you try to go to a new publisher, they've got a stock of books that they've got to sell, and they'll undercut you. There's all kinds of stuff that'll go on, and you don't know when they're finished selling your book. Anyway, that $1.97 isn't going to go very far, but it's going to. But once again, we said it earlier, it taught you an invaluable lesson. That $1.97 is priceless. I would frame it. I wouldn't even cash it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Absolutely. And
I've gotten checks like that before.
Figure out what your second idea is. Develop that. Self-publish it. Come list your book over on Liberty Distribution. We'll help you get it in comic book stores. And do this thing yourself.
And I think it's also an example of entertainment continuing to fracture, and the more we do that, sure, it's going to kind of make these fan spaces smaller, but it's going to increase the profit margins for the publishers or whatever the industry is. If you're talking about something funded and created for YouTube or whatever platform, the fracturing, I think, is actually a good thing. Max Landis was talking about how don't automatically go aim for a movie deal or a Netflix deal, because chances are you can actually probably make more money just going with someone Shudder or Redbox or whatever. The profit margins are higher the smaller you go a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and set your goal at a doable goal. Get yourself 10 people who are willing to spend $10 to $100 on you every month for your content, and you'll just start to grow it from there.
Yeah. Are you awake, Marion? Are you there?
Yeah, you got another one for us?
Uh-oh.
Muted himself.
You all right? Gotcha.
No need for a name.
No need for a name.
Oh,
Thanks for writing in. I love the way you splooge rags. He called us splooge rags. Did he call us splooge rags?
Okay, that's a new T-shirt for
have proud members of a known hate group. Sorry, I got to start over. I love the way you splooge rags have proud members of a known hate group on your shows. How could you lend your platform to these monsters to boost their voices and proclamations of hate and intolerance? No need for a name, because I'm chicken shit.
Gotta love these people. Gotta love
when I got that email, I read it 3 times, and
that's why I had to stop and reread it for that reason. Yeah,
that was way too masculine a voice.
Really? Oh, I'm sorry. I could change. You want me to reread it?
Your own shot at it.
But
I love the way you splooge rags.
I love the way you splooge rags of proud members of a known hate group on your shows.
But
everybody's laughing in the chat, I think.
Yeah. But here's the problem. And I'll let everyone go. I'll let everyone say what they have to say. But hate group. Look, here's why I don't get. Are you aware there's actual racist shit going on out in the world?
Right.
Not just in comic books, and there's really in comic books I don't see as much as you like to say there is. Now I can tell you, there was some racism in Comic-Con when I was getting called the N-word 5 times on video, which I posted to my Facebook page. And where were you at No Need for a Name? Where was that shit? No, you want to pin that label on people to get rid of them that you don't like. rather than actually having facts. So again, I'm not gonna sit up there and say someone's a member of a hate group or someone's a racist or a bigot if I don't have proof. And even still, and it better be some. I mean, this needs to be 100% like proof. It can't be innuendo. It can't be an allegation. I need to see proof.
It can't be said parroting.
Yeah.
So and so said so and so said so and so is part of a hate group.
And what a great way to start the conversation by calling us sploo drags.
Right.
Well, he didn't want to start a conversation. He just wanted to make a statement here.
He or she, but that's okay. You're right.
No need for a name, chicken shit. Anyway.
I left my sploo drag in his mama's bed.
It's got a name right there.
Oh no!
I just got two things to say. Like, if I'm full of hate and intolerance, I'm doing a really bad job of it with a Hispanic wife and our mixed race kid.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that.
You vile person.
I think in a time when we have protesters wearing monkey masks throwing eggs at Larry Elder, I think there's bigger fish to fry than, oh my God, you're a bunch of racists. Like, I think there's more pressing matters.
I seen a bunch of people today boo down a black man who was running for governor to the point where he could only say 10 words. Okay.
Right.
And the people who were booing him are the ones who are saying they aren't racist. They're here for everyone. But like, well, there's a black man trying to run for governor of Michigan. I don't think we've even ever had a black governor, but they totally disrespected the man and booed him off stage. And it's like, and these are the good guys. These are the people like you said, monkey mask while throwing. Was it eggs? Is that another one?
Yeah, it was eggs.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But sploo drags. There has been no unless you know that someone is a member of the Klan and they've been on our show. That's the only hate group I know of. I know there's other hate groups. I'm saying that's the only if you can write me there. I don't know if do they make Klan membership cards? Do they? Is there an app where I can figure out the members? But again,
well, apparently there's an app out there for the hate group.
When I was getting called the N-word at Comic-Con, where were these people that with all their outrage? I didn't hear a peep.
Nope.
I didn't hear a peep. And the fact that the MFer is still allowed to show up to shows, but there's you want to target some racism? Here, no need for it. Email me. I will show you the video. And you can go around and you can actually have something that says, hey, wait a minute, guys. I did find racism in Comic-Con or in comics. Here, it's this guy. He's a vendor. He sells stolen toys. Oops, I shouldn't have said stolen toys. Allegedly stolen toys.
Careful,
even though
we are on the air.
Even though I know that they're stolen. So anyway, there it is.
Are they also allegedly copycat toys?
No. These are toys that came from the now defunct Toys R Us.
Pop seems to think he knows who that was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sploo drag. I'm sorry. That's my next shirt.
And anybody else?
I'm making it right now.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
As long as it has a splat in the background,
We've needed a new opening for a bit. We're all anyway.
I guess it's just hard to take comments like that seriously when like you grow up actually having seen racism firsthand.
Mm-hmm.
Like I went to a predominantly black grade school, and I remember I came home with my yearbook one day, and I lived in a predominantly white neighborhood, and friends of mine down the street saw me coming, and I wanted to show off my yearbook, and I was showing them all my friends from school, and they were pointing and laughing. And it took a minute for my brain to click into place. They were laughing because the kids were black. So I guess like seeing it and experiencing it firsthand, like it's hard for me to take stuff like that seriously. And knowing all the people in CG, if that's what he's tap dancing around, knowing all the people in CG, like your boy says, like I'm one of the only white people I know.
You're making an assumption there.
Right.
About what hate group he's talking about, because there seems to be a lot of them in comics.
Oh, okay. All right.
It could, but like he just said.
But these stupid labels are for the weak-minded,
Oh, absolutely.
There's you can't throw around. You can't call somebody a member of a hate group. I'm telling you, all it's going to take maybe one good lawsuit.
That's all. That's like throwing around the third N word.
Oh yeah,
all
that
the time.
The not see that coming, right?
Yeah. So we all know the second N word is nerf herder.
But I do agree, and it's like he said, there are people who, you know, you look in some of these hate groups and you start seeing people who aren't. Like, I remember my son brought up to me,
are they on the list? Oh, we can't associate with them.
My son brought up to me that
we're part of a hate group.
When Captain America, was it the Winter Soldier? Was it the Winter Soldier? When Shield Hydra overtook Shield, he says, "I thought they were Nazis. That guy's Mexican. There's black people. How is Hydra?" And it's like, well, son, Hydra has evolved, so maybe Hydra isn't so much of a hate group anymore as they are a world domination terrorist sect. And you know, but I don't know. People are weird, and
You've dedicated whole shows to what we do here on this platform.
Yeah.
And the fact that we promote good comics.
Everybody can come on IndieVolt.
And everybody can come on. And we have people on from all sorts of hate platforms like Kickstarter and, you know, people that have Kickstarter, that, you know, that's the only platform I know of that actually pushes people out of the platform, or these people that work at these hate groups like Marvel that keep people from coming in because they're not the right ist or phobe or whatever, or that work for these other companies that warn other people, oh, hey, you can't associate with those people because they're on a particular site or a list of friends, or they associate with people that are like this. That's where your hate is coming from. Too many people in this business out, and I'm sorry, I'm jumping on a soapbox. Too many people in this industry out there are so close-minded. They need to go out and get an education. And we've pushed this before on the platform as well. Go out and look where the hate is actually coming from. We're not out there to spread this hate that you talk about. We're out to spread good comics. That's what we're here for. Good quality, entertaining comics, so that people can lose themselves from all of this freaking hate you see in the outside world. That's what we're here to promote. And call us splooge drags all you want, but you're the dumb shit out there who doesn't get himself educated enough to understand what these labels actually are, and get smart enough to break those labels and look beyond those to what actually this industry needs, and that's good quality, entertaining, talented people out there. And it doesn't matter what color their skin is, who they have in their bedroom, what they believe, or who they want to vote for. Fuck you. We need good quality comics out there from every fucking viewpoint, from every fucking buddy who wants to go out there and get the experience, the skill, and the talent to do it. Not the people that want to jump over to the next Netflix deal, but the people that want to freaking do comics for the rest of their life. That's the passion that we're looking for. And you don't want to be part of that passion? Screw off and go away. Don't listen to us. Well, I'm starting to sound like these people on Twitter. If you don't like our platform, don't listen. No, listen to us, please. Get an education, understand what we're all talking about here. It doesn't matter if somebody coordinates themselves with other people. What kind of books do they do? Are they doing nasty propaganda? Maybe we don't want to have them on if they're talking about hateful shit.
Yeah,
I haven't run across anybody yet that I can think of that we've had on that actually does a hateful, non-professional, non-entertaining book. Well, there's a couple people out there that need some learning, that need to learn a few of the skills out there.
Absolutely.
But that doesn't mean that they can't learn. We are here to teach. We're here to educate. We're here for you to learn. And hopefully someday, maybe, no need for a name, you can actually open your mind up enough to actually go up there and look. I was lucky enough to have Varian tell me all about what was going on in Utah. I was out of the business for a while. I was making my own newspaper. Varian said, you need to get up there and listen to these people that are criticizing comics because they're saying the same shit you're saying. And I'm like, oh, really? Well, let's go up there and listen. I didn't see any freaking hate.
Yeah, I
All I saw were people that were passionate about their business that other people wanted to slam and push out because they didn't vote the right way, they weren't the right color, or whatever. Screw that. Let's make good comics.
We need to put some inspirational music behind Randy over here.
Sorry, I get on a soapbox every once in a while.
Something with hordes.
I've been
you
in
know?
this business long enough to see the whole spectrum of people and getting back into the business like I have, especially with crowdfunding and with Liberty and all of that. I see a lot of stupid people doing a lot of stupid shit that's totally uneducated that they need to stop just for a minute and learn. Hale's Blueprint. There we go.
Monetize the hate. Monetize the hate.
Monetize the hate.
Mandy, so I was going to bring this up earlier, but you all forgot one of the platforms. Did you ever hear of the word Zoop?
We're not here to point. Well, I did point fingers, and I apologize for that. But we're not here to call out the hate groups, dude. Zoop rhymes with poop. Never mind. I didn't say that. Greg Harms, amen, Randy. Thank you, Greg, very much. This is something that drives me nuts because I love comics. I've been in this business for longer than a lot of these people have been alive, especially the uneducated ones.
Mm-hmm. Eric, send me that graphic.
They need to. Yeah, they need to go out and get an education. They need to go out and get their mind open a little bit and understand what a real hate group is about. A real hate group is people that keep people from creating. A real hate group is people that shun people or that warn people you can't be part of our company if you're found associating with these other people. That's shameful.
Yeah,
that's shameful actions that go all the way back to the people that usually don't land on the right side of history.
You know,
you need to get that education and understand who these people are out there and where the real hate lies.
There's a short walk from that to, oh, we're not hiring that guy because
they're already blacklisting and branding people.
Yeah,
and that shit has to stop for the talent. This needs to be an industry filled with talented, skilled people, not just people who vote the right direction or that have the right skin color or whatever. Get done with that. Done with that. If there's people out there that are doing hate speech, please let us know. I want to see it. I haven't seen it. Except for the people that are shunning the other people and trying to shove them out of the industry. That's shameful. That's hateful.
You think it's because they see
their
own success? They see your success? Do you think it's because they see your success that you're having and that people are having their own individual success from this, that they want to take them down?
Well, a lot of that is a crab mentality where they see somebody becoming more successful and they can't have that happen unless they're up there, unless they can drag themselves above them. That's just bad bullying and shameful crab tactics that everybody needs to point to and call out as well.
I know what's happened to me. I know what's happened.
We've done whole shows on that as well.
Last year, while I'm sick, I couldn't walk, and it's like a couple of folks figured that out, and they were like, "Attack! We need to take down Indie Vote however we can."
Yep.
And I got yelled at about something that I didn't do. Someone told me that it's really funny too. I've been approached by a lot of people.
That's a good line.
Who? Yeah, and they never tell you who. But they said X, Y, and Z about me being on Indie Vote. And wait, what did they say? Well, they had questions about, you had these people on. And then when you say, hey, and so I went online, being responsible. I went online and said, hey, wait a minute. This is what our network is about. And this is what we do. We push indie comics no matter what platform they're from. And then here they come. The people who have been wrong came to me and said, hey, Variant, you outed me. You named me. Well, what's wrong with that? Why are you ashamed?
No name needed.
Yeah, you're full of shit. All of it.
They're full of chicken shits. What they're full of. If you're finding this hate out there, let's see it. Why don't you bring it out? Why don't you show us? Now, granted, there are hateful people out there that have been in this business. There's a lot of propaganda out there. Some of that propaganda is kind of entertaining, but especially if it tests your mind and has you think about or rethink your personal views, that's great. That's part of the art that is comics.
Yeah.
But as far as being hateful, as far as being hate groups out there, the only hate groups I'm seeing out there are these people that want to shun people or shove them out because they didn't vote the right way, or because they heard from somebody who heard from somebody that heard from somebody that they did something. All of this shit needs to come out into the light. You know, you need to go out there. If there's somebody out there doing hateful things, and there have been people out there doing hateful things, and they get broomed out, and you know,
Like
they get their own little corner, and they can stay in their own little corner. But for this industry needs talented people of every walk, every type, every opinion, and they need to be able to learn how to do their books and do it entertainingly in order to help the art form.
Now,
that's what's desperately needed in this industry right now. Let's see that happen.
That don't ever happen. It's too easy. It's too much. Like, right, guys, I do gotta pay some bills, so I'm gonna run some.
Sorry,
I'm gonna run a series of ads. Won't take that long. So
you just want me to calm down? That's what.
No. Yeah, I gotta mess with standards and practices. Calm down, Zim. Calm down, Zim.
Time to pay some bills.
Yeah. Here we go. Are you guys ready? Paying bills right now, and then we'll come back. We'll talk about your lovely campaigns and books. Here we go.
And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis?
This video is sponsored by Too Hard, the #1 natural erection formula. You can never be too hard.
Good stuff.
Great stuff.
Yeah, Too Hard. And then
hard.
Bill the Bull.
You can never be too
Wait
hard.
a minute. I thought the Too Hard thing was a one-off joke. I didn't know you actually were sponsored.
That's why we tell you to treat our sponsors with respect, buddy.
That's right.
Respect.
Yeah. Firm.
They also have another great dietary supplement if you get up on their site, and please be over 18 before you do. Because this is an adult product, but they have another dietary supplement called Too Wet.
Yeah, that's
because you can never be too wet.
AKA the moist maker.
I also one last ad, and then we'll get into these campaigns. Here we go.
Come on to the Geekatron. It's the place where all geeks will feel at home. Yeah, RPGs, card games, and nerd culture. Comic books, geek lights, and dope posters. And if you're up late at night, then watch out, you might get the bite of a zombie, right? Roll dice for the best D&D merchandise. It's the place to find something you searched all your life. Say, get into the Geekatron. 534 Brookline Boulevard, come on. Say, get into the Geekatron. It's the place where all geeks will feel at home.
Good old
The hottest comic shop in the Pittsburgh area.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
What a great shop. Varian, what's our radio number?
Radio number right now 67,804.
I must have chased a bunch of people off. Do we still have? Did we lose China?
No, it's been slow. We started really low. So, that's funny. I'm sorry, I'm reading.
Well, hello everybody on Indie Vault Video.
Yeah, they're listening, and they sent in questions too. We'll get to those, but let's look at some of these campaigns now. The first one I actually want to bring up real quick, and not real quick, but we'll give everyone their fair share of time. But I want to bring up Connery's campaign because he's got Shift, and I want to talk to you about Shift because you did something that I got to pick a bone with you and about with Shift, what you're doing. Here it is, this campaign. $1,393 over $4,000 goal. Now you recently made an update. Last update that I seen, which is about 2 days ago, where you said that if you don't reach your goal, even though it's flexible, you're gonna refund everybody.
Yes.
Okay. Now, to me, we got to talk about business, and it seems to me like you might be that's a. I wouldn't do that, but it's not my business; it's yours. So, could you explain to me why you want to do that? Why do you want to refund everybody? Because you go ahead.
So, it was mainly because I was inexperienced. So, despite this being my first book, I felt that reaching the goal, given the talent that was involved, would be attainable. However, the momentum we had during the first 24 hours just wasn't maintained as well. And it wasn't maintained as well as I hoped, and with other developments, mainly with Mingo's schedule preventing him to work on shift with major work until November, it was decided, and I felt that it wouldn't be fair to hold everybody's investment if we don't fund after the 12 or so days left.
I just, I mean, you got to flex. Is it that you can't afford the books if you don't get 4,000? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
Because obviously, as I mentioned before, we're in it for the long haul. So obviously, we're not expecting profitability, but at 4K, it's a good amount to make sure that I can get all the awards done and stuff, and make sure that I can get the project at least printed and given to the people who back. And if we don't hit that amount, it's as simple as it says. I don't believe I could fully fund the book properly without the 4K goal, and I would rather, because I don't want to hold the funds until November if I don't get a good amount to make sure that I can actually deliver the project. I want to do the honest and respectable thing, and
I respect that. I respect that. I respect that. I understand what you're saying. At least you're not gonna send the book out, bent up and folded and crammed in the mailbox like someone else used to come on our show did. Let's try to help you get to that $4,000. I'm gonna play the video and then we'll let you talk a bit about the comic here.
Absolutely.
Here's the video. Oops.
I have no doubt you heard of them. Everyone has at one point. Werewolves, vampires, the million variations we have yet to discover. The idea of living alongside those creatures is fascinating. But what if you are one? My name is Sunny, and I am a shifter.
The video looks good. Your video looks good. And again, $1,993. You got 12 days left to go.
Yes.
And you got a couple different things up here. What's this little figure here? Is this a bobblehead?
No, it's actually a 3D model of a plush. It is a little plushie of Sunny, and it will be included as basically if you go for the Loving Shield Bia tier and anything above that, you'll be able to get the plush included. And it's also available as an add-on for lower tiers.
See, now there's physical lovers. I mean, the things on your campaign are actually priced to sell. I mean, they aren't, you're not gonna make tons of money because you're not asking for tons of money. I mean, right here, physical lovers, $10. 10 of those are claimed. So you get the physical book with 25 pages, right? Am I right?
Yep.
25 pages, $10.
It's also some extra content as well.
Okay.
Like a mini comic and some behind the scenes.
Shipping is worldwide. The book looks the art looks good. It's very stylized. I like it. You got a different cover C edition. The Sign Deluxe Physical Lovers.
There's also a cover B, but where we just got it finished and we're adding the graphic now. But it did take a bit to finalize, and obviously the main decision was obviously keeping the quality of the book while also delivering people a great product, which is what I really want to do because everybody involved has done such a great job, especially my artist Mingo and absolutely my writer Michael Odin, who has been such a great help throughout the whole process. Like, there were a lot of errors that he made that he told me, hey, you screwed up on these things, but you have to keep going. You have to right your wrongs. And again, he's been such a great help, and so is everybody here. So again, I really do.
you know, I've been reading a lot about Stan Lee, and I've decided that I'm only going to take the credit when campaigns succeed. Um, so once your campaign crushes $4,000, then I'll be taking all the credit for it. You know, it'll be Indie Vote did that. What are you talking about? He didn't do anything.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah. I mean, I'll take all the credit for it.
What if you find out there's a werewolf in the book?
Oh yeah. Well, I'll take the listen. Again, I'm okay with werewolves as long as I can say I helped to put them where they are. I'm a press whore. I need to see my name in print. Really,
You have a werewolf book that I wrote for you.
I do, which is I may never put it out because it's gonna be problematic. It will, and I don't feel like I can't deal with people coming to me at Comic-Cons questioning me. I can't do it.
Okay, we'll just put my name on it then. Because it's a good story.
But if it's a success, then I'm gonna have to tell everybody that I did. Listen, you have to understand.
It's coming out.
I've been reading the Stan Lee biography.
No, it's coming out. I'm sorry to
I'm
tell
taking
you.
the credit.
You don't even have a copy of the script. I do, so I'm putting it out.
Never mind. Whatever. We'll talk to you about that later. Ship trailer is impressive. Who did your trailer?
So it was a person on Fiverr, and I think it was a she, if I recall correctly, and they were able to do the trailer for also Inglourious Vex, I believe, by Shane Davis. And the trailer people did such a great job, and it was really great to have them on board. And the animation that you see here was the first big promotion piece, which you see a little bit of that in the trailer as well, which was done by another Fiverr person. And again, the comic really is basically bringing in a lot of new people that even in the comic and outside the comic, and it really is a celebration of that.
You guys can pick up Shift on Indiegogo. Go back and go throw some. Listen, he already told you if he can't make the $4,000, he's going to refund it. Everyone will get their money back. But if you can't help him get to that $4,000, I think it's a good looking book. And and again, you know, Connery is admitted to making some mistakes. He's trying to learn from those mistakes.
Absolutely.
That's what we like here, Randy. Right? You make a mistake, you learn from it.
Shift is a concept that is very dear to me because it draws inspiration from the comics I loved growing up, and I always bring up this black box right here because I love comics, and even though I'm very new to the scene and I have made mistakes, I always want to learn and I always want to celebrate the medium of comics. Like, I show off, this is my IDW Sonic collection because I was big into Sonic back in the day.
Okay. We had one of the artists from Sonic on a while ago. I did some of that work. I'm surprised, Connery, you don't keep your art, your comics in a shed somewhere in a big tote. I'm making a joke. I'm making a joke.
It's all great fun. It's all great fun.
We had another gentleman on the show who I did that. He had to run out to his shed and get his books, and he brought in like 5 totes, and he actually ran out of his house to his shed. And we harped on him for that. Yeah. Guys, Shift 12 days left. I understand you may actually have a backer right now, so I was trying to reload it, but Indiegogo. No, there it is. 1403 now. So
all right,
inching ever closer to that $4,000 goal. We wish you the best, Mr.
And I thank you so much to our newest backer, Edward. Thank you so much for supporting the campaign.
Of course, sounds good. I want you to succeed.
It looks good. It looks good, Connery, and we're gonna keep following that. And again, we'll check back in a couple days and see where you're at.
Absolutely.
Naomi Comics in house says, "What up? What up? What up, sir?" How's it going? So next we are going to look at. I'm sorry, my stuff is okay. My computer did this little weird warble thing. It was weird. It's kind of, if I was high, I'd be freaked out right now. If I'm not medicated today, sadly. All right, let's take a look at. I need to make sure I do a survey. Now, this book from Ed Davis, Eric sent
All
me.
right, we're transitioning, Dad. All right.
Yeah. He
Ladies
sent
and
me,
gentlemen, presenting Ed.
he sent me the link to this campaign, and I'm like, where's this book been hiding? It's gorgeous. Look at it. Immortal Era 1 through 5. He's already passed his goal. He's over on Kickstarter. So
I
everyone's
sent you that link.
Did you send me the link? Okay, it was
my guest.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Well, look at you. You've been reading the Stanley book too, haven't you? Immortal Era 1 through 5, a continued hero's quest where the only way to save humanity is by killing them, which is probably accurate. I've been on TikTok. I get you. You've crushed your goal already. But I'm gonna play the video here. There's a video, right?
There is.
Isn't porn, right? All right, let's go.
Welcome to the Immortal Era, a post-apocalyptic world set 200 years in the future. A hopeless world, a world without death. A mysterious event in the year 2000 plunged humanity into a cursed existence, burdened with immortality. Now the world stands divided, with only a small group of outcasts forced to live their lives in the decaying underground, fighting to save the planet. They've tasked themselves with hunting relics from the past, relics that will answer decades-old questions and find the way to restore the natural life cycle, saving humanity by killing them. When we last left our heroes, Ari had escaped the clutches of Dr. Nix, only to find herself a prisoner of the dangerous robotic police force who roam the surface, out of the frying pan and into the fire. How will she escape this fate, and what dangers lie ahead? Find out in the newest issue of Immortal Era. As always, we have lots of exciting new rewards to meet the needs of brand new or returning backers.
I like it. Now, you've got 19 days left on this campaign, but talk to us about Immortal Era. I see this guy here with the swords. He's got 2 sets of swords, doesn't he?
I was going to say that guy carries a lot of swords.
Yeah, he's not playing around.
He's not playing
There's actually
around.
a reason for it that we'll get into in issue 6, why he carries the amount of swords he does. But basically, my story, it tells the tale of a world without death. So in the year 2000, there was an event that rendered the entire planet completely immortal. And we see it jumps then 200 years into the future, and we see what a mess the world has become when nobody's able to die. Resources are gone. There's limited amounts of people that are allowed to be born in any given year. So those who are born illegally are forced to live underground. And the character you see with all the swords, he's made it his life's mission to go in and rescue these abandoned babies, because if you're found pregnant, there's severe consequences. So people try to survive their pregnancy and then dump off their babies anywhere they can. And his entire purpose in life is saving these babies from, a fate worse than death. And he picks these 3 that you see right here, and those are raised as his own children. So he raises them, and they try to survive in this world and also find a way to bring back the natural life cycle.
And that's now I like that, but it's because you think they have shows where people, like we just Wives just got a TV series now where everyone, all the men die. That's an interesting concept. No one can die, and these folks just want the natural order of things to return. I might be a bad guy in this scenario. I don't want to die. I might have to stop these guys.
And there's a group of people that are looking to stop them. That's definitely there's a group who are enjoying their immortality and want nothing more than to keep that there. And then there's one of my characters who's just a severed head, and I'm sure he'd be happy to let his life end.
I want to live forever. Listen, I think I'm going to live forever. So far, so good. But I would be a bad guy. I want to stop these guys. I don't necessarily agree. I want you to write a book from my perspective now, Ed.
See, now I need to do that. I need to write the issue that's written from the perspective of the people who are fighting with everything they have to keep immortality. Like, screw those guys. They want to take away what we have. I like the fact that I'm not going to die. But when you're 200 years old, are you still going to want to keep living in a body that can barely move?
Oh, so I will age. Okay, wait a minute. That's different now. I didn't know I could.
Everybody they continue to age. They can still get sick. All the things that hold back humanity right now continue. So it's not like, okay, great, I'm immortal, I'm going to be frozen right now at 25. It's like, nope. You can keep aging and aging, and eventually you're just.
That kind of sucks. I don't know if I want to sit in my old ass body.
So the sales pitch has just ruined your entire dialogue from previous.
Yeah. It's like, but again, you know, I mean, there's other discussions there too. Like, you got a loved one that, they're sick, but they're still alive. You know, do you want that person to croak over? Not necessarily, but I like that. I like this book. I like the concept. Now, you can get issues. Is this? I see it says 1 through 5. So is this a trade, or are you doing?
This is single issues.
Okay.
This is the 5th issue. The 6th issue will bring the first trade. So these are all still individual issues.
I like it. Now let me see here. Digital copies $3. Physical copies $10. Now you $10 will get you a copy of the Immortal Era. This is number 5. Your name in the thank you section of issue 6. $10. Yep, for the physical copy. Honestly, what's the catch-up copy at? So if I
the catch-up is that's down there.
Tier.
It's a little down. I actually just backed actually.
Oh, thank you.
So I figured that out. No problem. I love to support these projects.
Issue 5 in the dad hat.
So, Ed, I hope you don't mind me asking, but how many issues does this go for?
My goal is to run it for 30 issues. So
nice.
I have a big, ambitious plan with it. And luckily, I'm getting enough readers where it's able to keep going. And the readers seem happy with what they're getting. So hopefully I can keep this story moving. But every 6 issues will be a new trade. So the catch-up option, it's I think it's 32, something like that. Yeah, there it is, the physical copy catch-up. So that gets you all of them. And then I do the short print covers and things like that too, where I only print 25 of them. So I try not to overwhelm people with variants, because I know some people have 18 variants, and how are you going to pick which one you want? So try to keep it more limited. But
I know that feeling.
Then there's some
that's
art
cool.
pages.
Yeah, I like that design right there. It's nice looking.
Yeah.
Very happy with the art team. They do. I mean, when I was growing up, I never thought I could actually write a comic, because I thought you had to have artistic skills to be the writer. Like, I just assumed, I'm reading Spider-Man, one person did everything in this book. You know, there's not a writer and an inker, and I just thought, all right, I can't draw, so of course comics aren't going to be for me. It wasn't even until I was a teenager that I realized, oh shit, there's a whole team involved here, and the writer doesn't have to have any kind of skill, just enough to be a descriptive writer and let the artist know what to draw.
And what inspired you to make this comic?
This comic, I got the idea as an English lit major in college, and we were reading Gulliver's Travels, and we read about the island he gets to where everybody's immortal. And he thinks, oh, perfect, this is the place I want to live, because the people up front are all the young ones. They're young, they're healthy, they're happy, they're bragging about their immortality. And then he finds later all the people that they kind of hide away that are hundreds of years old, can barely move, can't put together a coherent thought. So, I took that idea and thought, all right, I want to go somewhere with this, because I love the concept of immortality sucks. Now let me kind of mold it where I wanted to go. And this was years ago, and I had notes and just always kept writing it, but just kind of buried it. And then someone finally told me, oh, that's an amazing idea for a comic. You should make one. So just started turning all my pages and pages of what was going to be a novel into comic script, and kind of that's where I took it from.
That's interesting. I mean, my comic had a similar story. I built it over time since I was like 10 years old, essentially. And originally, it was going to be like a TV series, but
Really?
you know, a comic book is more affordable at the moment. We'll get to the
Absolutely.
TV series. We'll get there, but first we'll do the comic.
Ironically, my tale was a little different. So, if you have no idea, Shift actually came from. It was during one of the darkest times of my life in the summer of 2020, actually, and it was very recent that I came up with the idea Shift. And so, my dog was comforting me because it's what she usually does, and it was after my family lost several dogs and family members due to several health issues, and my dog was comforting me. And that's when the idea came to me, struck me. See, Bianca was, in a way, the hero I didn't know I needed. And so I really wanted to make a world where animals were heroes, and that's what was the basis for what would become Shift. And again, it's really interesting to hear all these great stories about how the comics were created. Because I love to see the ones that came out of a long time and the ones that came short as well. Because I love seeing these projects. It's amazing to see all the creativity and all the great teams that can be assembled together to make such a great world.
Yeah, anyone who has the guts to dive into this and actually create something that takes this much effort. I think a lot of people don't realize how much effort it takes. But anyone who has the guts to dive into this and put in that work and who wants this bad enough, I respect you completely.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because I think every con, no matter what, every con you go to, someone inevitably goes like, "Oh, I have a great idea for comic, and what do I need to do to make this thing?" And you go into the basic details. Are like, "Oh, wow!" One guy's like, "I have a great idea, but you can have it because I'm never publishing a book."
Yeah.
Oh, man, I didn't realize all that went into it.
Wait, this costs money to do? Oh. You can't just make it like
Yeah, if only it was that easy.
I wish.
Oh, man.
I'm going to call up my insurance company and my electricity company and be like, I got a bunch of exposure for you guys. My last job to pay me.
Yeah.
So just put that on my bill there, all that exposure.
Yeah.
Swimsuits in the wintertime. Nothing but exposure.
Again, I do agree with you on talk. The interiors look really good. It's a really good looking book. I love the style of it too.
Thank you. Yeah, I love this style. It kind of worked because the book was started in the 90s, so I love that it has kind of a 90s feel to it. So,
that's nice.
All right, chat. Somebody out there, get this book and back it so he goes to 100 backers. This 99 is driving me crazy.
I know.
My God. I didn't notice that I'm back at 99. Oh.
We can't leave it here. We can't leave it here. Somebody, come on, step up and back this book. Get it to 100.
Let's see.
Sorry
Can we
about that,
do
everyone.
it?
I had to step outside for a second. I don't know what was going on. My neighbors are being unusually loud, and I had to give them the black man stare of death. Like, what are you doing? Like, I just looked at him like, are you serious? Like, I didn't know that woman's voice could carry like that. But I don't know if you go back and listen to the video, you'll see. And I started looking around like, is God? You know, the voice just carried throughout my whole house. I
Just
didn't understand.
piercing and penetrating. Eh?
Yeah, like, ooh, I couldn't date her.
It was all that talk about being immortal. God
Yeah.
summoned.
Yeah, she
Must
could.
have been.
That woman calls you. You hear her 3 houses away. He should get rid of her now. Yeah, send Lola to kick the ass. She probably could.
I can't.
Yeah, she's. Yeah.
I got a fractured wrist.
I'm gonna tell you guys that her wrist, and it really has limited her ability to communicate. Being Italian, she uses her hands a lot when she's talking. So just not having Not having that wrist to do that. She's only got one hand now to talk about it.
Well, I'm sure she didn't break her middle finger, so yeah. You can still talk to you just fine.
Right, they're both really neat.
The universal sign of displeasure. I'm sorry, I missed a bit of it. I see you guys are on Immortal Era. Did it go up?
Yeah, I was the one who recently backed it, and we're trying to get it to 100 backers now.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
put a challenge out to the chat to come on. Somebody in the chat needs to step up, get us to 100 before the end of the program.
Everybody on Indie Volt Radio and everybody in the chat, if one person could get to 100, what would be the reward? Ed?
I'll throw in some stickers for them. That's some extra stickers for whoever backer 100 is.
There you go, extra stickers.
I'll throw some back stickers because they'll only be getting the ones from the newest issue. So I'll throw like the issues 1, 2, 3, and 4 stickers in there for them.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds good. All right.
You should have it.
Oh, he's got it.
There it is. Now, if it's a digital reward, you're going to have to shoot me an address so I can actually
No,
send
it's
it.
not. It was me.
Oh, it was you.
No, was it?
Thank
Oh,
you.
okay.
Congratulations. You will get your stickers with your bundle, and I always write a personal thank you note, so you'll get one of those too.
All right, we got 3 more Power Packed campaigns to get
That's
through.
right.
Where are we going next?
Let's look at who wants to go next? Who's next on the chopping block? I'm seeing I seen a slight eyebrow raise from Red Key.
Yeah, sure, man. I mean, yeah, I'm always trying to be polite, but if yeah, I'll go.
This is Indie Volt. There's no politeness going on here.
All right, it's all me then. Let's go.
I don't see your
There you
link
go.
in the chat though, in the private chat to your campaign.
I can get that to you.
Yeah, come on, Mike.
Actually, I think. Let me see if I still have the link from before, because I might have the coming soon link. Make sure that. Is this the right one?
There it is. I got it. Yeah, I got it.
Oh no!
Oh, yeah,
I think I double posted the link at the same time as them.
Well, they're in the private chat, so I'm not not
it's
too
all
worried. All right, there we go. The Red Key. They're still being loud. Now the dog is being loud. What's up with these people? They gotta move. They gotta move. They gotta move. All right. The Red Key Undercover. Now this is the sign-up page for this.
Yeah, so right now what's going on is The Gods Fear Me is going to be arriving at my doorstep probably between September 28th and October 5th. So as soon as we're done with fulfillment on that, we're going to be rolling out the Red Key. I'm aiming for around October 15th or 20th, but kind of depends on Stefani's schedule right now. He's a very busy dude. But yeah, so this is Chibi Comics' big superhero campaign debut. We've been waiting on this one for a while now, and it kind of all took shape once Stefani came into our lives. And I kind of like had a couple of different ideas that I realized were one big idea. And me and him have just been developing this for about a year now.
Yeah, I wonder if like with the sign-up page, are you seeing enough growth from that? Are people signing up? Are they interested?
Yeah, we're doing pretty good. I think we're at about 260, so I'm hoping that we can hit over 300 by the time we launch.
Yeah, it's cool. And what day are you planning on launching?
Again, depending on his schedule, sometime between October 15th and 20th.
Why don't you launch now? Let's do it now.
No, well, I got I got a pretty strict thing on the publishing end of things where like I don't have, I'll never have more than one campaign funding and one campaign fulfilling. So because we're not going to be able to fulfill Deepwell until like early November, I want to make sure that all of our audience has The Gods Fear Me in their hands before we launch Red Key.
Okay, that's cool. Now tell us about Red Key.
Yeah, so it's the tagline is the best description I can use. It's basically The Departed with superheroes. The elevator pitch is what happens when the number one superhero, the most altruistic superhero in the world, has to go undercover and infiltrate an Illuminati-esque supervillain group and take it down from the inside.
That actually sounds really good.
Yeah,
that sounds good.
Thanks.
Now you have I like this character here. I like the pose and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, like what I learned from Deepwell is not to have to spend the better part of 6 to 9 months like talking around like who a character is. Like everyone was asking, well, who is the Gray Devil in Deepwell? And I'm like, well, I can't really say because that's the main hook of the entire book that takes us into books 2 and 3. So yeah, basically this isn't a separate character from the Red Key. This is the Red Key. This is his undercover persona. So there's the Red Key, and then there's this guy. And what's interesting about his supervillain identity is what I want to explore in the book is normally when you watch like a noir story or a crime story, it always devolves into this thing of like the good cop going bad and like, going over the line and like, I don't know who you are anymore, man. Like, that story's been told. I don't really want to do that. I wanted to tell a story that was kind of closer in tone. Do you remember Action Comics 775? It was where Superman goes up against the fake version of the Authority.
Yeah. And that I think I just pulled that out of my
Yes, I like that story, man, because by the end, like I think they're called the Elite. Like they've pushed Superman to the point where even you as the reader are convinced, oh, they just broke this guy. Like he's using their tactics against him. And then at the end, like the genius of Joe Kelly, he reveals like, no, like every single thing that Superman did to them wasn't life-threatening, wasn't permanent, and showed that he doesn't need to cross the line to still exist in the same world as them.
Yeah.
So that's, tonally, I guess that's what I want to explore with the Red Key.
I do like too that his alter ego is named after Lola's favorite alcohol. Alter Jaeger. Is that Jaeger or would that be Jaeger? Okay.
Yeah. Like I love the name Alter Jaeger. It's German for old hunter. And the armor itself is from an ancient war that took place in the space between universes, because the Red Key's whole power set is he's kind of free of the constraints of existing in a single reality. He can bounce between all the different realities out there. And so when he has to construct an alter ego for himself, the first place his mind goes to is, this like terrifying place that he rarely ever visits, the space between. And, he finds this armor that's still intact from this war and kind of becomes his new persona.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
I like that. Now, this book, you guys, you got time to run over there over on the lovely Indiegogo. Now you got time to run over to Indiegogo. Sign up today. Any perks for signing up early?
Yeah. So everyone that signs up early is going to be getting a personal invitation card to the Elevated, which is the Illuminati-esque supervillain group.
Okay. That's cool.
It's kind of the whole like don't call us, we'll call you thing. You kind of have to make yourself known to be an above average supervillain, and you find one of these cards left at your doorstep one day.
Oh, so it's similar to crowdfunding in a way that you have to get yourself out there to really be known and to get noticed by a lot of people.
Yeah, exactly. There you go, man.
That's actually kind of clever.
Me being a supervillain, I just do all types of little shit. I leave my calling card everywhere, though. That's the Red Key Undercover over on Indiegogo, folks. Go over there, sign up today, because if you miss out on this, you're probably gonna be very sad. Looks like a good book. How many pages you thinking?
It's going to be 32 pages, just like all of our first issues, and hopefully book 2 can be 48, and book 3 can be 60 pages, but we'll see.
Excellent. The Red Key Undercover. Go sign up. Tell them IndieVolt sent you.
And it's dragon approved.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
sorry about that. My computer did that warble thing again. I'm gonna get this looked at. Now,
Warble.
we're gonna look at New Take Media's book.
Oh yeah.
Let's take a look at it. Here it is. Can I bring it up? Grandpa. Now, I read the pitch for this, and I thought, holy crap. You know, in my book, you've got God's daughter, Davinia. Is that it? That's it correctly?
Yep.
Battles the armies of hell for her mythological planet Arbiter. Now, in my book, The Begotten, I've got the son of Satan. These two need to hook up. And I'm horrible, but I have listen, I'm full of all kind of bad ideas. But tell us about Grandpa.
Yeah, so I mean the tagline says it great there. A lot of people ask me why it's called Grandpa. Read the book and you'll find out. But but no, it's a steampunk fantasy 44-page comic book filled with biblical battles. You know, it's supposed to have that mythological imagery, as you can see there. Well, some of you can't see it, so let me try to explain it to you. So on one side, we have this large army filled with horrible looking demons. By horrible, I mean terrifying. And on the other side, we have knight-like angels battling them. And there are, if you guys know anything about like Christian mythology, seraphim flying through the sky and battling them as well. In this book, we are going to heavily focus on two characters, and that is Davinia and a shadow demon cowboy guy named Razorus, because I feel like characters are the core of storytelling. Characters and their beliefs are what make a story, and then the structure and the world can build around it, in my opinion. But yeah, in the book, you'll see numerous gods battling amongst this large realm called Eternal, and that's the realm that separates Arbiter from heaven and hell. And you'll see the devil in it as well. And the devil is an amalgamation of various devils from different mythologies. Davinia is getting weaker in this story. You see, she's been battling for centuries. She's getting weaker and weaker, battling these infant hordes of hell. So the devil's going to send this shadow demon cowboy guy named Razorus right after her. And you'll have to see how that goes, because there's going to be a lot of twists and turns in it.
I like it. Again, my book has religious themes in it, and it's weird because I'm like, well, okay, I'm gonna steal this, I'm gonna twist that, and I don't twist anything too far out of what's actually written, but I did have a lot of fun with the character creation and the character design. That's fun. I got to draw a big battle, and took me a while, but got it done. It's really interesting trying to tie in all these elements, and some stuff you can't do because it just doesn't work on the page. But I might steal some of your ideas. Randy, look, feathers.
Feathers.
Yeah, those are some nice feathers. I like how they flow into the next panel. But yeah, I mean, my artist Sterling Vanderhoof does an amazing job at portraying this mythological biblical feeling. It's a different type of art style that some people aren't used to, but when you understand it's supposed to give that, like I said, biblical mythological feeling, and instead of that anime like comic book feeling, then I feel like you'll understand that it fits more with the story. And the planet itself, Arbiter, that is mentioned in the tagline, is a planet filled, like I said, with gods from different mythologies, and these gods are in their earliest stages, right? And it's also filled with tons of other creatures. Like, this book is pretty much like if you took Lord of the Rings and Spawn and combined them into one book. All right. So
that's an interesting combination.
Did you also bring in the Grindhouse as well?
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
I noticed the art style. Obviously, it's rough, but I really like this art style. I actually saw a similar book, at least with it's not similar in the story, but like the art style. And this is probably the second time I've seen it. I'm really starting to get a liking to the style a little bit. Because, yeah, it's rough, but I like that rough element. It's unique. It's a very nice style. And when done well, like on this project, it could really add something to the book.
Right, exactly. And right now we're hovering over like a specific page where it's a steampunk city and it's filled with various creatures. And each of these creatures have an ability. Now, these abilities can be grown like a human can grow a muscle. They're born with the ability, and it starts off as almost nothing. It's a thing where it's either you use it or you lose it. And there's a little elephant chef guy. I've had another stream call him in the bottom right corner. And he uses his ability of super smell to perfect his recipes. So some people will grow their abilities to actually further progress in their goals in life. So that creates a cool conflict between characters.
I've been called an elephant. Not because of my smell. It's because I keep gaining weight and taking up more room in the bed. I do think that he's a cute little character, though. He should probably be your company's logo.
Yes, he's great. I love him. He's becoming a fan favorite. I knew it. As soon as I saw him, I was like, this is it. This is the meme material right here. People are going to love it.
Elephant chef guys are tight.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, I'm planning on creating an entire universe for this book. I've already written the first 12 issues, which is over 288 pages. Obviously, we haven't done the art for it yet, but I'd hope to build up to that point where we could do it. If you guys could help me, like I said, I mean, I've been working on this book ever since I was like 10 years old, and I've been building it over time, and this has been literally my dream for the longest time, and this is going to span out to way bigger and greater things, you know. So there's also various rewards that you can get. So you got the bronze package, the silver package, the gold, the platinum, and the diamond.
And do I see here that on a lot of your well, I think once we start getting to like the gold packages and platinum, that you're offering free shipping. I see gold is free shipping within the US. Platinum is free shipping worldwide.
Yep.
And then the same with the diamond package, which is free shipping worldwide as well.
Correct. Yeah. I feel like free shipping is a huge hit for a lot of people because, you know, it's difficult to pay that much for a single comic book, even if you want to, you know what I mean? It's very difficult. So, yeah, I definitely wanted to offer that in the later perks where it was affordable to do, you know?
We've been doing distribution to Liberty, and the shipping costs can get out there sometimes. So for you know, shipping some of these books to stores, so it's really cool to see someone you know, look at and offer free shipping, especially with the, you know, $65 package, because that, like you said, that can make a break. Someone's willing to pay $65, $70, but then they go click on the link and they realize it's $20 to ship it, and they're like, oh man, I don't know if I want to give you a straight 100.
Yeah, no, it's a great package because the gold actually gives you, you know, a choice of which variant cover you would like to choose, which both are pretty cool. But I love the B, but you know, it's whatever. And you also get the other normal main comic on top of that. You get an inside look at the script. You get an exclusive profile picture for whatever social media platform you use. You get a pin. You get an awesome bookmark. You get a lot of secret rewards that I'm not going to say. But you get a digital thank you letter, and you get a cool comic narration by me. So essentially, I'll be covering the comic book story and my thoughts as I was, you know, making each page. So that, I think that's a really cool reward for people to get. And of course, you get the free US shipping as well.
Nice. That's cool. Guys, that's Grandpa over on Indiegogo. You've got 17 days left. I believe the link for this one is in the chat as well. And on the video description, if it's not, I will add it. Grandpa from New Take Media, first campaign created, and he has a flexible goal of $7,000, 3,085 is where he's at right now. 17 days, so still has enough time to make that. You're still putting it out even if you don't get to that 7,000.
Yeah, well, I was thinking. I have a high feeling that we're going to make it, but even if we don't, I probably will refund it because I feel like, although it's a flexible goal, I know, should have done a fixed one. I'm in the same camp here as Dragon Multimedia. It's all right.
Trust me. I
Big
learned that mistake from before, but trust me, I have faith that you can do it.
Yeah, no. But yeah, I think it's just more fair to refund the people rather than, make them worry about, oh, am I going to get my package? No, you'll be refunded just like that. It's going to be a pain for me now, but you know what? It's okay. It's worth it. But no, I think we'll make it though. If you guys can all come together, like I said, I want to help create a world with my company, New Take Media, where creators can thrive and show their true visions, whether it's through film, comics, or games. So if you could help me build this goal, that's going to build to way further things than just this comic alone.
So let's help him out. Let's help him get to that $7,000 goal, folks. It shouldn't be too damn hard.
Dude, why are you stealing my script?
And then that's Grandpa. Go check it out immediately. Go over there. Run. Don't walk. And, skip school if you have to. Back the book. And now we're going to look at. Now I'm gonna kill the name of this, Ryan. Is that Caius?
Bam, that's it.
All right, let's take a look at Caius here, and I'm gonna bring it up here on the screen. There we go.
Hold on to your butts for this trailer, because this man has put in some sweat, some blood, some tears. It's amazing.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
it's
incredible.
If you want, I'll play it from my end, because I know sometimes over stream it kind of bogs down if you're going directly off of the Indiegogo.
Well, let's see what it does. Let's see what it does. If it does, then we'll stop and it will.
Oh man, that's awesome.
The story of Blood and Stone issues 1 and 2 go live on Indiegogo September 7th. Be sure to get your hands on these action-packed adventure comics and don't miss out.
I love it.
Okay. Yeah, Ryan, if you want to bring it up and share your screen, because we'll try to play it through, because this is so smooth.
Mm-hmm.
And the choppiness of the screen, trying to do it over stream, it just doesn't do it justice.
I think it might be it might be like YouTube, like when it goes to Indiegogo and then it's got. I think that might be it. But if you want to share your screen, we'll take a look.
I had some instances where my videos glitched when played through Indiegogo, depending on the connection.
Yeah, I've noticed that anyone who plays it, it seems to be really choppy on their end.
Okay.
All right, so hopefully this is all nice and smooth for everybody.
Yeah, much better.
Mm-hmm. So wait, you made this?
Yeah, I animated it all.
Ooh, holy crap.
Badass.
Caius, the story of Blood and Stone issues 1 and 2 go live on Indiegogo September 7th. Be sure to get your hands on these action-packed adventure comics and don't miss out.
I love the chicken.
I need to know more about the smoking chicken myself.
We need to have him as a guest.
It's
Okay, so take us through the production of this, because obviously this is thousands of hours of your labor here. What was it like putting this together? What was it like trying to do this animation? Have you done animation in the past? Because this is pretty spectacular.
Oh, thank you. This was like the first actual fully animated thing I ever put together.
Really?
Like I've done like small animation and stuff, like GIFs and stuff like that, little run cycles, but never anything from like beginning to end. Like this is just me being nuts, being like, hey, let's do a fully animated trailer. Have you ever done that before? No. Oh crap, we got to learn how to do stuff, don't we? It's like, yes, we do.
Yeah, no, that animation's amazing, man. I
Yeah.
love the style of it and the fluidity of it.
Mhm.
And you know, I love the chicken already. Right
Oh,
off the
yeah.
bat, I got a rooster, whatever he is. I got to see more about him.
Yeah, man, Trigger is the seems to be the sleeper hit that everyone enjoys. So Trigger the chicken.
That's the name? I thought
Yeah.
you were mentioning the animation studio.
No, that's me. Like I said, I did everything on there. It took so freaking long to do to actually push the project back about a good I'd say 8 months.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I figure because I had issue 1 out and issue 2's coming out, there's no real urgency for issue 2 to be coming out, so I could kind of stack my deck in that favor. Plus now I have a fully 1-minute animated trailer that I can actually show other things beyond comic books. I have more in that IP, bag of tricks now. So
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, Trigger the chicken sounds like one of Randy's characters.
Not quite.
No.
Oh, come on, Randy. Are you sure it's not from Tales from the Universe?
My chicken's name is Choke.
Come on.
the chicken. Nice.
Come on, Mandy. You know it's from
Right.
Tales of the Universe.
But this does look incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, obviously I'm going for full-on manga vibes, full-on anime vibes. The whole trailer was to get that 90s anime intro, So
Yeah.
I was gonna say there's a hardcore Dragon Ball Z vibe running
Hell yeah.
through the whole thing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Well, you got a backer out of me, so
I just backed it myself. So
Oh, badass. Thanks, guys. So I have books 1 and 2 available. Issue 1 is 64 pages. Issue 2 is 32 pages. And then issue 3 is going to be 32 pages as well. And during the campaign, the way that I have it set up is I only have 300 issues printed of each cover. And once those sell out, that's it. They're not going to be reprinted. And if we end up getting more orders, then a new variant copy is going to be printed for those issues. So that way, no matter who hops on at whatever point, you're going to be getting a limited run of whatever issue that you hop in.
very cool.
nice.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're looking for a cover artist, give me a jingle.
Now, are you doing everything on the book?
Writing, drawing, lettering, toning, the whole thing. Yeah.
Good for
Wow.
you. Good for you.
Yeah.
Do you mind
Being
if I
a-
ask you a question?
Yeah, go for it.
So, I understand you went for a manga vibe, but what was the decision also to do it in black and white instead of the colorized manga and stuff?
Just to cut down production time. The story is very, very long. Like it is like any other manga. It's not a one and done. There's a whole epic adventure that happens. So the way that I figured is if there's something I can cut out and still keep true to that manga vibe, it's color. So off to the side, saves me some time, and I can get the book out just that much more quicker.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Plus,
you ever considered a special edition in color later on?
that's all down the road.
And for our radio audience, we are looking at Kayas, Kayas, over on Indiegogo. Go over there and take a look. Look at that trailer; it's amazing.
Yeah, that trailer is. I'm
Kayas, a
jealous.
story of blood and stone.
And you look at the art inside the book again, black and white. But normally usually I pick on the black and white books, but there's so much detail in here that you don't miss it. You don't miss it at all.
Absolutely.
No. Yep.
Yeah. Look at it.
Again, I really like your game plan. So
Yeah. So
issue 1, 2, and oh, look at that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that
that's
kind of reminds me of Randy. For some reason, this reminds me of something that Russ would do in a way.
Yeah. Well, it's set up to look like Akira, which is pretty awesome.
yeah, you know it. Yeah, a couple of people have caught the Akira homage with the cover template there. So
Yeah.
Needless to say, Akira is one of my favorite books and inspirations for actually going forward with this style. So this is my little ode to it in issue 1.
Nice.
That's
And,
cool.
Great looking stuff. Absolutely fantastic.
Oh, thank you very much. It's just like everyone else, man. I love my project so much, and I just gotta express to everyone how much effort I'm putting into it.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Yep.
And it's another one of those projects that you come across. I'd never heard of this before, but these projects that you find like Only Death Can Save Us, that once you see it, you know you have to back it. You know, because it's that awesome. I am not a huge manga fan, but I love Akira. I love Miyazaki, and this is incredible. It looks really good. I will be backing this book.
Oh, thank you.
I'll definitely a little later. Obviously, with Indiegogo, it's payment first, so I'm going to plan a little ahead so I can make sure that the payment goes through. But again, I really love the art and the concept of the story, so I'm absolutely going to back this. And another thing I do want to point out is I saw early on the trailer, and I at first didn't realize it was a comic. And then it was only recently that I actually found out it was a comic. So, like, it was very impressive, that trailer.
He's got a there we go. He's got a I think the trailer's gonna set the tone for trailers to come. I might ditch mine that I was doing and start back over.
It's like I've been thinking about what to do for an upcoming Dreaded Dinosaur Man campaign, and I definitely have been thinking about animation. So I've been kind of keeping that in my pocket, and now it's like seeing all the work you put into this. It's nothing but motivating me to be like, yeah, I gotta step on this pedal. You know,
man, there is nothing like seeing your actual characters come to life.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
I agree.
You can't beat it.
Did you do this in Clip Studio with the animation tools that are in there?
Yep, I did it all in Clip Studio Paint. Editing was done in like Pinnacle Studio, I think it's called. So just hopping back and forth between those, broke everything down scene by scene. And yeah, just painstakingly old school hand-drawn animation.
Nice.
I went and researched like a bunch of old 90s anime intros and then literally like broke those down frame by frame to learn like, oh, that's how they're doing a smear. Oh, I don't need to animate every frame. There's like 6 frames missing here. Cool, I can do that too.
Yeah.
So I learned a ton by doing that, which actually comes back into the comic book because it speeds up my actual drawing. So
wow.
This frame that we're stuck on right here, I absolutely love this explosion, the impact, the radiating. You got the blurring coming out here. I mean, there is a whole bunch of different like manga ways of showing this, and you're using them all seamlessly.
Oh, just throwing everything at it, man.
It's beautiful stuff. You can really tell you did your homework on this style.
Oh, and I'm still doing homework like crazy. Like Yusuke Murata, the guy who's currently doing all the artwork for One Punch Man, like I devour that stuff constantly because that guy is like god tier as far as I'm concerned. Like his action, just everything that he does, the scope and scale of stuff. And like very rarely like do I open up a book and I'm like stoked to draw after reading it. And yeah, One Punch Man does that for me.
So you guys can go over to Indiegogo and check out Kaya's A Story of Blood and Stone issues 1 and 2. You got 23 days left. He's already passed his funding goal. He's got it's coming from Canada.
Hell yeah.
Good friends to the north.
Oh, great white north. Also, too, I'm going to throw something in the chat here in the private chat.
Sure.
Control V. And what this is, if you want to share this to everyone out there, this is a free 16-page sample of issue 1. So if you want to go check that out, so that's available.
Okay. Yeah, I'll put. You want me to put that in the regular chat? I can put it over there.
Yeah, just put it in the regular comment section. It's actually through Clip Studio. It's called shareclipstudio.com, and it's set up just like a comic book. And you click on the sides, and the pages will fold for you and stuff. It's pretty awesome.
I'm checking it out right now. Yeah, look at that. That's you're showing off more on us. I like it. So yeah, you can go check this book out before sample it before you make that purchase. I see why you wouldn't want to. It looks gorgeous. He couldn't make this book more manga if he did it backward.
When did they launch this tool? This is amazing.
This is sweet.
Oh, they've had this for years. Just nobody uses it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so anybody out there, if you want, this is a great way to send out preview samples, stuff like that. It doesn't cost you anything. You just got to be signed up with Clip Studio and just post it on there. And it's really a handy tool for making your comic books to make sure that nothing is set up weird. When you make the comic book and then when you actually put it together and you get a preview, like, oh, those panels like link up, that's not good, or there's like a weird something going on. This really helps get around that.
Gosh, this is incredible.
Yeah, this is awesome. I love this software.
That is so cool.
Caius, A Story of Blood and Stone issue number 1 and 2. Go over there, Indiegogo. Let them know that we sent you, and back this book. It is scheduled to ship. I didn't check that out there. March 2022. So an excellent birthday gift for me, folks. If you want to see a birthday gift, there you go. March 2022. I'll be old too, so you need to make sure I get something. I'll be very depressed in March of this next year.
You're like 3 months younger than me, aren't you?
I'll be 40.
Okay, yeah, you're 3 years younger than me. So
Yeah. Oh man, listen. You know that thing they call real age. It's like my wife does this thing that I find incredibly annoying, but I deal with it because I'll ask her what the temperature is outside, and she'll tell me, but she has to follow. But the real feel is, and I'm like, I don't care. I just want to know what the temperature is outside. Don't tell me what the real feel is. Real feel is something they made. Scare me by people who believe in global warming. Anyway, I won't say that. But you're like, so it's like it's 98 degrees outside, but the real feel is 107. It's like I don't believe in the real feel. I don't believe you. But so when I talk about my age, I say, yeah, I may be turning 40. However, my real age, which is a website, is like 65 because I've misused my body and mistreated it throughout the years, and now it's like I told you this is gonna hurt one day, and now look, yeah, you can't even roll out of bed. Look at your fat ass. It's great. Also, as promised, folks, you can go over to indievolt.com, check out the Volt shop, and purchase yourself your Hail Splooge Rag shirt. It's available right now. $20. Two different colors, white and black. You know.
We also interrupt the stream to bring you a new part of the Indie Vault Indiegogo, where you can buy some of the sponsor stuff, like from Liberty Distribution, and also their sponsors.
I have no idea what you're talking about. No idea. But I will tell you this. We do have this weekend because, and I want to put this out there for everybody. Well, not that one. I almost played the wrong clip. Caught myself. We do have the Indie Vault Comic Book Awards coming out. That's scheduled to happen this Saturday. We were planning on doing a live event, but due to some new ramifications from the pandemic, they've asked us to. They wanted to put some rules in effect that I don't feel comfortable having people do, and some people have already stressed they will not do. So we're going to stream the event still. We're still going to give out our awards. We're still going to name the winners. Still going to be an event. We hope everyone tunes in. That is this September 18th at 7:30. It's going to start, and we're excited about it. The Indie Vault Comic Book Awards, the nominees went out. Was that Friday or Saturday? No, Sunday. It was Sunday night.
Sunday.
The nominees went out, and we're very excited about that. Also, one of our sponsors sent me some stuff today. Mirror Comic Studios. They sent us some stuff that we'll be giving out to some of the winners as well, and some people who don't win. They'll be getting some stuff too. And the best way to make sure that you are a winner in comics. We've looked at a lot of great comics tonight, but when these folks send those comics out, hopefully they're using Gemini comic mailers. And if they aren't, well, there's no reason they shouldn't be now, because we are issuing a 10% discount code on your Gemini mailers. You order Gemini mailers, so go to GeminiComicSupply.com and use code VOLT10. That's our code, VOLT10, VOLT10. Save yourself 10% off your Gemini mailers, which comes in handy, especially if you order Gemini mailers like so many of us do. That code will save you some money, and that's what you want. Save cash.
Do you have any idea how long this code will last?
This code here is lasting for a little while longer. We do have some new codes coming in, so we'll let everyone know when that happens. I've been in touch with the folks over at Gemini, and they've let me know a couple of things. We got some things that we're working on.
Sweet.
Some limited time coupons too that you'll have to use like right away. And you can never have too many Gemini mailers. What's your problem? Never have too many.
Exactly. It's not like they spoil.
Yeah, right. Not like you can have, it's like you can't have enough comics in your life. If you need your comics in comic book shops, Liberty Entertainment Distribution is the distribution service for you. It was crafted by independent comic creators as well as retailers. Got together, put together this company. It is ledg.us for more information. no fees to publishers. So they're not taking your they're not charging you anything for shipping your comic. They're also for retailers all for the Liberty Pledge, where they buy back comics that if for some reason that comic sits on the store shelf and it just can't sell and the retailer loses faith in the product, the retailer can get their money back for that book or trade it in for a book that they feel will sell. That's very interesting. Also, there's retailers, vendors set their own pricing, so their own wholesale pricing. So Liberty doesn't do that. You know, some companies will take your book and say, okay, we're gonna price it at $2.50, and then we're gonna take $1 of that. So you're only gonna get $1.50 if you're lucky. Liberty doesn't do that. So check them out, ledg.us, and I will tell you to tell them that Variant sent you, but it's my company. So but having a lot of great success with Liberty, I'm always excited to do stuff. Is 800 number 800 525 2091.
I just want to say this: being a part of Liberty, one of the things that I really love about it is the fact that we really take care of your books. When they come into the warehouse and they get ready to go out to a comic shop, they're bagged, boarded, and bubble wrapped in plastic. It's not like some of those other guys that just chuck them in an empty box, and hopefully you don't get too many damages. You know, we respect the product because we create the product ourselves, and we want to make sure it gets there and can go right on the shelf, right out of the box.
Yep. Open the box, check your invoice, make sure everything is listed there, your packing list, and it goes right on your shelf. And I used to have boxes over here by me. I can see I no longer have that. Someone's cleaned up my space. Curse them. So yeah.
And a great thing for retailers too is what's updated on the catalog is only what's in stock in the warehouse.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So for a retailer, you're not going to order something that you're never going to get. You know, if you're seeing it there to order, it's because it's ready to come to you to put on your shelf.
That's right. And retailers are signing up. If you're a retailer or you know a retailer, tell them to sign up. LEDG.us. Oh, Indie Princess has a box.
There's a Liberty box right there.
Yep.
Probably gonna get demonetized for that comment. Indie Princess has a box. That's the standard shipping box. But there it is. So sign up today. Getting there. Randy,
sure.
Time to say our goodbyes.
Yes.
Let's start with Red Key. We'll go from him, then we'll go over to Ryan and Connery. Start with Red Key, though. Where can our listeners find you?
Sure. So they can find me on Twitter and TikTok at Chibi_Mike. You can also find me on YouTube at the Chibi Mike, all one word.
And that's the Red Key coming soon.
Very soon. Hopefully middle of next month.
There you go.
Everybody can find me. I'm at the Ryan Cardinal. That's Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. I don't know, underneath somebody's basement. Absolutely everywhere. Just type in the Ryan Cardinal. You'll find me online. And if you even just type in the Ryan Cardinal into Google, I'm the first one to come up. So,
okay. And your product was Chaos.
Chaos, a story of Bloodstone, which is live on Indiegogo right now. Go check it out and check out that badass.
That's KAYAS over on Indiegogo. Go over and look at it. Looks great.
Once again, my name is Connery Cateni. You can check out some of my personal work at the official Cateni channel and Cateni28. You can also check out my business work at DragonMultimediaLLC.com and Dragon Multi LLC on Twitch, Picardo, Facebook, Twitter, and you can also find the official YouTube channel for Dragon Multimedia under Dragon Multimedia LLC.
Sweet. Ed.
You can find me on all social media under Finish Line Comics. And and then right now, active campaign for Immortal Era 5 and Immortal Era 6 to follow probably around December. So new issues every couple months.
Sweet.
All right. And once again, I'm Damian Dupont. You can find me and my business under New Take Media on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. Like I said, we create films, comics, and games. So if you like any of those things, go ahead and follow us and check us out there. Also, don't forget, Grandpa is live on Indiegogo. We need all to come together to make this happen. So check it out. And yeah.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
My name is Eric Hodson. I am at Dreaded Dinosaur. You can check out Dreaded Dinosaur Man on Webtoon and on Tapas if you want to get caught up on the reading there. You can also find my book, Roddy Piper and the Kilted Avenger, at Pro Wrestling Tees. We're looking forward to our second printing of that coming very soon. And this weekend, if you are in the Salt Lake City area, you will find me at FanX. All weekend, I'll be set up there. I'll have my anime and my wrestling and doing some sketches and stuff. You know, doing the things that our previous person who wrote in doesn't think that we should be doing anymore, because it's just not a good business model. But I'll be out there and doing considerably more than his $1,400 amount. Hopefully I get to see you guys out there, and I will be back here again next Tuesday for Indie Vault Livewire. Can't wait for that. We'll have some great guests, of course, coming in, and can't wait to answer some more of those questions.
Cool. Everybody, I've been Randy Zimmerman. I still am Randy Zimmerman. And you can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Twitter under Randy Zim. You can find Arrow Comics 4.0 at Linktree, at Instagram, on Twitter, and on Facebook. We have two sites, one Arrow Comics 4.0 and one of Friends of Arrow Comics 4.0, where we're making all of our announcements for upcoming books and stuff that we will be bringing your way via your retailers exclusively through Liberty Entertainment distributors. You can find me back on here on Indie Vault Thursday morning at 9 a.m. for the breakfast buzz, along with Varian and maybe Daphne. We're not sure. Then again on Sunday morning, I do a show I'm very proud of at 9 a.m. on Sundays, called the Sunday Funnies, where we try to add a more fun and whimsical side to comics, try to put the fun back in funny books. And if you missed last Sunday's show, we went over a bunch of different formats of different ways that you could print comics that aren't necessarily the standard 32-page comic big enough to fit a bag and a board and be slabbed. So if you missed that episode, go over there and take a look. It was a lot of fun to do.
I love that episode. I remember seeing the big little book. Oh my goodness, that was incredible to see.
There's all sorts of fun ways to do comics, and I just love this market. Have a big passion for sequential art in general. So go over there and take a look, and then I think that's it. Arrow Comics 4.0 over on Linktree. You can find us all over the big social media platforms. Thanks to Nita and Meredith. I'm sorry, I'm blanking out on the name of their company, but they help us out.
AVC.
Say what?
Ragin' AVC.
Ragin'. Okay. And they help me out on the social platforms. So big thanks to them.
Yeah. Miss Lola.
You forgot to share my campaign.
I didn't. It's right there.
Hey, I got 19 signups now.
Yeah. Talk about it. Go ahead. I mean, you know what you're saying.
I can hear the echo, Varian.
If you guys missed my campaign when it was on Indiegogo, I am doing it for Kickstarter too. It's an adults-only horror thriller graphic novel in the style of Saw Meets Eyes Wide Shut. And yeah, that's a quick version of it. But you guys can find me, go to Linktree, indie_princess, and all my links are there, including a link to the Kickstarter campaign.
And make sure that people, if you sign up for Lore, remember Lore is an adult comic. It's an adult-only horror thriller, so make sure you remember that. Don't give it to the kiddies. Don't. I mean, you could give it to the kids.
No, it is not safe.
I will. Yeah, you know. I mean, look, I had Skinamax in my room when I was a kid. You know,
Come on, different age.
My parents didn't. They didn't realize what happened on Cinemax after 10 o'clock. So yeah.
And will there be an episode of Geekgasm tomorrow?
It depends on how I feel.
Okay.
I'm not feeling too hot, and since I've been sick a lot, I'm missing a lot of schoolwork that I got to play catch up on. So I'm not sure yet. It's up in the air. I'll let everybody know tomorrow.
Better do it quick. As for me, I'm Varian Grant. Find me online anywhere. KYD_V on Twitter. as well as pretty much varying on every social media network. Check out the publishing company that I co-own, lastcallcomics.com. We actually pay our creators and people who publish through us. You know, say what you will about us, but we pay people. More than $1.97 too. And then LED.us for distribution. IndieVote.com. If you want to send in a question, you can do so. IndieVote Live at IndieVote.com. Please include IndieVote Live in the subject and keep those emails 90 words or less. And then you can also listen in. Download the IndieVote Radio app on Google Play or Streamer or even Alexa. If you have an Amazon Alexa device in your house, you can ask her to play IndieVote Radio for you. If you have an iPhone, you're going to want to check us out through Streamer or TuneIn. You can just type in IndieVote Radio to bring that up for you. There's also IndieVote Radio can be listened to IndieVote.com. There's a player right there on the main page. Even allows you to request certain songs. It's a really little convenient feature built in there. So check that out. And then if the radio isn't your thing, we have a streaming network. It's free to download. IndieVote TV on Roku. Check us out there. We got some independent wrestling there, some long form content like this. I used to say all the time that when YouTube says you can't say that on our network, we say screw you and put it up there anyway. We put it on our own station where they have no power. And a lot of fun. And we got some original content coming soon, including a original scripted series that we're going to be having up on the network very soon. So I'm excited about that. And that is pretty much it, folks. We will be seeing you all here again. Randy and I'll be back Thursday morning at 9 a.m. And that is it. That has been our show. Go back all these fine books. As I always say, try to leave this industry a better place than you found it. And of course, buy indie comics.
Indie and alternative comics, especially ours.
That's right.
Yes.
Hi, Aaron. Have a good night, everybody.
Later,
Good night,
everybody.
folks.
See ya.
Take care, everyone. Stay safe.
Take care.
Have a good one.
Yay! Think about what you've accomplished.
And who's your favorite Marvel Comics hero? Mine is Superman. Remember the motto? With great power comes great responsibility.